Welcome to Cordova. Cordova is the rural home of about 2,000 Alaskans with one shared passion, Copper River salmon. From May through September, king, sockeye, and coho return to the Copper River to make the 300-mile migration up the glacial waters to spawn in their natal streams. For this epic journey, the salmon pack on heart-healthy omega-3 fatty acids and flavorful oils. The salmon's regional DNA and life cycle make it the world's finest salmon.
Yeah, there's a whole younger generation there that it's fun to watch them fish. Well, I hope they get to pass it on to their kids in as good a shape as we've been fortunate to be able to pass it on to them.
It's pretty special. I mean, we have a system in place for sustainable seafoods. So we made sure year after year to have enough fish go up the rivers so they'll keep coming back.
It is pretty amazing to think every fish you catch is feeding a person. We're harvesting it from the ocean, and it doesn't go through that many hands until it hits someone's plate. You know, it's tangible, it's real, it's food. Yeah, it's not just a job. This is a lifelong commitment for us.
Over half the people that live in this town have a direct connection to fishing. It's the largest single employer. And yeah, I'm very proud of it. One of the most amazing aspects is that I am catching these Copper River sockeye and Copper River kings that literally are some of the best food in the world. You know, whenever somebody buys Copper River salmon and they know me, they go, "Oh, Taya could have caught this fish." And you never know, I could have caught that fish. I think people really like that connection, that they know where their food came from and it's this wild, pristine place. And just one individual is out there doing it, catching that fish, and here it is on their table. I think they appreciate that.
My name is Justin, and I am from the site saltpepperskillet.com, and today we are going to be making some chimichurri grilled salmon. Now, this salmon is special. This is from Alaska. This is actually from Prince William Sound. So last year I had the opportunity to visit Cordova, and it was a trip with myself, 3 chefs from Denver, Candace from Proportional Plate, Jackie Bryant, who's a writer here in San Diego, and we all got to get kind of immersed in salmon for about 3 days. From the air, we saw active fisheries, we went to the river, we learned all about the net mending, which is absolutely fascinating. We ate every type of salmon, or every preparation. We even prepared salmon in probably like 15 different dishes for some fishermen and their families. We got to know some of the fishermen, it was absolutely amazing, and learning the source of a fish that is we all probably love. It's one of my favorites. I caught my first salmon, which wasn't an Alaskan salmon, but in Monterey where I grew up, and when I was a young teenager, and we brought it home. It was a California king salmon, and we had it smoked, cold and hot. We gave a lot away. We cooked it in all the ways, and kind of ever since then, I've been hooked on salmon. From, you know, all the types of the ways to make it. It's so versatile, and then every time that I take a bite, I'm like, wow, this is special. So learning where it comes from, where it's born, learning about where it's born, its journey out to sea for years, and then it comes back to the very spot that it was born, hundreds of miles up the Copper River. For the Copper River salmon, it's absolutely fascinating. So today we're going to be cooking chimichurri grilled salmon. It's still summer here, going through a little bit of heat wave, and I love bright, fresh, herby sauces that have a lot of acidity, and it'll go great with the grilled salmon, but you can kind of cook the salmon any way you want, and the sauce will still be great. The sauce is just some parsley, some cilantro, little shallot, garlic, red pepper flakes, kosher salt, red wine vinegar, and olive oil. It's super simple. we're just gonna blend it up in a food processor, give it some pulses. I blend everything together except for the shallot, or you can use red onions if you want, no problem. You can blend them up in the sauce, but I prefer just to add them after for that extra texture. And then you can also, if you want, you can marinate the salmon for a while, a couple hours if you want. It wouldn't go overnight because of the vinegar, but it's not that much vinegar, so you could do it. Or you can just put it right on the salmon before you grill it, and then we're gonna use it as a sauce after. So let's make this sauce, and then we'll head out to the grill and cook the salmon. We're gonna cook on charcoal. I love cooking on charcoal. I'm even gonna sprinkle a little bit of alder chips into the charcoal right before we start cooking, because the alder trees line the Copper River, so it seems pretty fitting to get a little bit of that alder smoke while we're grilling this fish. We're gonna grill using the no flip method, so the entire time it's gonna be with the skin side down, and that's gonna get the skin super crispy. Just eliminates the issue of the flesh starting to come apart or stick, because the skin won't stick if it's there the whole time. We're gonna cook it about 6 to 8 minutes total to an internal temperature of 125, 130. I really don't like to cook it more than that. Some people like it well done. 140 will be well done. It'll still be good, but I really like to cook the salmon to a lower temperature. That's about medium. And this is the sockeye salmon, so it's not super thick, so it's really going to cook quickly. So all of the cilantro and flat leaf parsley. If you have something else like basil or anything else you want to add in here, green onions, they're all great. Whatever you want. We're gonna do some garlic, some kosher salt, and a little bit of red pepper flake for some heat. Some olive oil, I do about 1/2 cup. Some red wine vinegar, about 1/8 cup, but gotta be tasting after it's made to see if it's to your liking. And pulse it up. Then we'll just add in the chopped shallot or the red onion. Again, you can mix this up in with the food processor if you want, but I like to keep them separate for the texture. All right, so now we're just gonna put a little chimichurri on each side. Definitely season up both sides really, really nice with freshly ground pepper and kosher salt. Even though there's some in there, we want to season them before we grill them. Both sides. Just gonna oil these grates a little so the salmon doesn't stick. Cleans them off. And skin side down. For these potatoes, I like to just season them up with a little bit of extra salt. Spoon in a little bit of chimichurri. There'll be some more on the plate. These will be super good with that salmon. Here you have some absolutely delicious chimichurri grilled salmon. That's from Alaska, Prince William Sound. It's so good. Serve it up with some grilled asparagus because the grill was on. So here it is. Enjoy. Let me know if you have any questions. Always happy to help.